Hey guys, it's Warrenaterz here, welcome back to another video. So yeah, last video, I said my server on Minecraft might actually not be going up. Well, there's been a bit of a change recently. So as it turns out, Spigot, the server API which I'm using, they have found a way which basically allows them to update the server API without actually publishing the copyrighted code, which this guy's basically sent a DMCA claim about. And basically it's in the form of a binary patch, and basically you just execute this like Spigot patcher and it just replaces some files on the jar. But thing is, you've got to actually have the jar in the first place in order to patch it. But it turns out that I've already got it. So I'm kind of lucky. So it basically means my server is actually going to go up eventually. Now I'm actually 18 now, I must admit as well. I do plan on creating a new bank account soon. And I'm going to deposit a bit of money in and I'm going to get the server up. But right now I'm running off a local host on my own computer. But the thing is, I've updated it to 1.8 yet, and it's actually compatible with 1.7 clients, this new update. But it's created some problems with like a lot of the plugins that I was using. There's been a lot of buggers. So I've had to like basically completely rebuild my server from the ground up. Now, yeah, I've still got the same layout and everything. I've gotten rid of VIP because yeah, for one, I didn't really like it. It was quite pointless. A few things have changed basically. What I'm trying to do is basically optimize the server for less RAM usage, because I was gonna use a server host which offered unlimited RAM, and it isn't really unlimited RAM. Yeah, they just like allocate as much as you need. But I'm going to use a different server host. I'm actually going to use Minecraft Pro hosting, and they basically have separate packages depending on what RAM you want. And it works out about $10 a month for me, because I'm going to get 2 GB of RAM for the server, and it works out about 30 player slots, so it ain't too bad. But yeah, hence I've tried to optimize the server for less RAM usage, so I've decreased the amount of worlds I've got. If I just type MV list like that, that's the only worlds I've actually got now. I did have the end as well, but I've decided to remove that because it's quite pointless once you've killed the dragon. Yeah, there's quite a few that I don't actually need now. And the other thing was that originally I had every minigame in a separate world, but now what I've done, I've basically got every single minigame in the same world. Now, quite a lot of minigames actually don't work now because of the problem with the plugins, but I'll just take you there anyway. I've actually built a new spawn, so yeah, this is the new minigame spawn. It's quite cool really. Let me just IC all, there we go, clear that. Okay, so yeah, this is the spawn basically. I'm gonna have like a board here and it's got like joinable signs on it. I've actually managed to already install TNT run, but I'm quite disappointed that the walls doesn't work. But TNT run does work, and this is actually like one of my favourite mini games, so I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, TNT run's working perfectly fine. Yeah. And I do plan on having like more mini games in the future, but it depends on what supports the server. So and then also I've got a balcony behind the portal here, like you can go through the doorway. It goes up a staircase and then you can look over like what's happening down below. And also my friend said to me that it should like be a parkour in here. Because people are going to get immensely bored while they're waiting for a game to start. I really do see his point. So, but the thing is about this parkour is that it's like really hard to do, and it makes it good, because like if you can't do it exactly, you'll spend forever trying to do the parkour, and then by the time you've actually managed to complete it, like the game will be free. So yeah, but yeah, this is parkour, so and I'm just definitely failing at this right now. Yeah, let's try and get to that one. There we go. See if I can get to the ladder. No. I might actually disable fall damage in here. In fact, no, I can't, thinking about it. All my minigames need fall damage. Never mind. But yeah, that's minigames. I've also decided to get rid of creative mode because, like, people just, like, want to build in creative purely for, like, checking, like, basically just building random shiz. And that just takes up memory space on the server, so it's quite pointless as well. I've got PvP still. I'm not getting rid of PvP whatsoever. I'm quite thankful that the server signs plugin I'm using actually still works. It allows me to execute a command when you right click on a sign. So this one, it teleports you, it clears your inventory, and it takes $150 out your account, which is quite cool. So yeah, and then I've got like class signs here. You can select a class. Like my favourite class is actually Archer class, but there's two other ones, as Magician and Alchemist. Alchemist is basically like potions. It's got a fire aspect sword. And also another thing to point out, I've made it so that World God doesn't actually allow you to use potions in the spawn. So it really like makes it so that it makes it fair, basically. And then there's Magician. Magician's quite cool. You get 8 ender pearls, an invisibility potion, golden apple. I'm thinking about getting rid of that actually, because it's quite OP. And then you've got spawn eggs. But my favourite one is Archer, pure because it's got like an infinite bow on it. And then yeah, it's got swiftness potion and like decent ammo as well. So yeah. And the other thing is that originally I had hunger in here, but I've actually decided to like, well, I had it disabled, but I've decided to enable it because it makes it a bit more competitive. Occasionally you'll get pigs spawning, and like you're actually getting money now for when you kill like mobs. So say for example that slime over there, if I can kill that, yeah, so you got $5 for that. I've kept the money quite low for slimes because yeah, like they split into 2, and yeah, like 4 there. I'm gonna just keep getting $5. But creepers, they're like 25, and players, they're about $100 per kill. So yeah, it's quite cool really. But yeah, occasionally you'll get pigs, and you can actually kill them and pick up the meat. But if I actually try dropping something, it won't actually drop on the floor. If I press Q now, I'm pressing Q and it just doesn't work. It prevents you from dropping your items. And reason I've done that is because it prevents players from teaming up, and basically like giving people multiple classes while you're in the arena. It makes it much more fair, and yeah, like fair for everyone. So and I've changed a few things in the PvP arena. I've got like a small what we call pyramid, yeah. We've got a witch up there. That's got actual, piston operatable windows, which is really cool. There's a lever actually on the inside, and you can just turn it on and off. So there's actually an item blacklist as well in PvP with World Guard, so you can't actually destroy anything. So even I can't destroy it. Like, it's completely blacklisted from everyone. So then I've got a massive tree up there, NPC village. Then there's a mountain there, and then I've got a small river here. And also, another cool thing that there is, in the river, there's actually like underwater passages. If I go through here, yeah, it takes a while to get through here, but yeah, it's quite cool. Good for an escape route. Yeah, see, this is actually like an underwater cave. It's quite hard to find originally, but yeah, that's PvP anyway. I'm pretty sure you've already seen it. And I'll just go back to spawn now. So like that. Notice that my inventory is actually being cleared. I'm using multiverse inventories as well. Now survival, I've actually changed the spawn in survival. I wasn't quite happy with the survival spawn. There was a massive like boundary wall around it, and I didn't want that. I wanted it just to be open space. what I'm gonna do is basically just protect this small area of land, like outside the spawn. This is a new spawn I've also built, by the way. Now let me just make it day, like that. And yeah, this is actually a newly generated terrain. Yeah, it's generated fresh completely from the server. So yeah, it's your bog standard world, but I did try to find like a quite nice spot to put the spawn in. This was actually a complete lake. I've world edited it over, and now it's just a complete like flat grass area, which was quite cool really. I do quite like it. And then I've got that massive outcropping over there, which is quite cool as well. So, but yeah, this is a survival spawn. It's quite simple, and I want to keep it that way. This is actually going to be a notice board, by the way, for like, just in like how to, yeah, I don't know, just do basic commands. So, but that pretty much does it for the server. I've made it much more simple. I've still got factions. You can do F, yeah. Factions is working, thank God. They've updated that plugin. Yeah, some of the plugins have been updated, some of them aren't, but they still work, and some just don't. But yeah, I do plan on having the server up quite soon. I want to try and get it up as soon as possible. I just want to finalise a few things and iron out a few bugs before the server goes up, and yeah, I'll get playing with you guys finally. Now, I've got to admit, as a final note in this video, like, I really got put off Minecraft, like, after it got bought out by Microsoft, but it turns out that they've actually just bought it for the revenue. The Mojang developers are actually still doing the game, like, Jeb, all that, but basically they just, like, are owned by Microsoft now. So, yeah, it's still the same guys, but yeah, could be worse. And as for Bucket, like, I'm quite like distraught about what's happened to Bucket. But it is actually staying Bucket. So I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but quite a few people have left as it is. And yeah, hopefully we'll get the server up anyway, and it'll be all good. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like on it, as always. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys on the server, because it's going to be awesome just playing with everyone. That didn't sound right, I know, but yeah, and yeah, that pretty much does it. So peace out, guys. Have a good one. Oh my god, my skin, it's disappeared. Why you do this? Actually, yeah, what has happened to my skin? That's quite confusing. I'll fix that now.